Hey everybody, welcome to Let's State's Discord, your one and only pre-show to late night sex. Yeah. 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And people that I've never talked to still don't respect that time slot. I don't know what else to say. I'm out of it. I got no good intro.
That's
I
just
gotta
because
start.
you're useless.
Yeah, I've got to start stealing people's intros again. You should play the Legion of Skanks intro music next time. Maybe that'll do it.
Maybe.
Get,
Probably not.
oh, why not? I don't think it's copyrighted.
Oh no, I'm saying it'll show them. Why would it show them? Probably not. Wouldn't
Because I
show
think
them
it's
shit
fun.
because
We
you're
talked
you're
about
you're
this
a
before the
nobody.
show.
A
Yeah.
nobody.
We talked about this before the show. Like, I just like to do little things that make me laugh that nobody else understands. It's fun.
That's fine. You need to get
Anyways,
over that. Ugh.
no, it's too much fun. I need to laugh a little bit. I'm a sad man.
You are a sad man, but
Anyways,
not for the reasons you
I
think.
know. Oh, okay. I'm a sad excuse for a man. That's why.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Discord news. Anything going on?
Well, for the two people watching, yeah, there's not really anything going on.
Cool. Good to know. Yeah, it's been feels like it's been a really slow week.
Well, the week feels like it's gone by real fucking quick for me.
No, I'm talking like content wise. It's been a slow week. Like it went by just fine.
Yeah, it passed so fucking quick. Like yesterday, I was like, "Is it Thursday or Wednesday?" It feels like a fucking Wednesday.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Oh, congratulations, display name.
That's great news. Who's the poor spawn?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
Even better news. Man, that keeps happening more and more. I'm really glad that we're getting more progressive with this custody shit.
Yeah. So display name is it got awarded custody. I'm not sure of all of the specifics, but may the she beast never trouble you again. I know that's a far flung fetched hope, but fuck it. Here's hoping.
Or start pulling the shit that Nick's ex is doing.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Anyways,
Everyone,
want to talk about?
congratulate display name. All four. Well, I guess technically that's all one other person in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no real Discord news. We're just sad sacks of people right now.
Yeah. Just talk about pictures from Mars.
Huh? Oh,
We should just
yes.
talk about pictures from Mars.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
like
we should do that.
show that we have fun.
Yes. This picture is from Mars. It's probably not what you think. Have you read this article yet, Jables?
No.
What do you think that is?
The carpet at an arcade.
It kind of does look like that,
actually. Or a bowling alley, you know?
Yeah.
This literally could be a picture of that, and I would not know the difference.
I agree. Looking for shooting stars on Mars is hard, apparently. Continuing on. In some next level skywatching, scientists are using images captured by NASA's InSight lander to look for meteors on Mars. From a glance at the resulting image, the search seems straightforward. Countless streaks fill the sky. But squint a little, and the story turns out to be more exotic. It's the carpet from it. No, the images show mostly ghosts. The invisible made visible, and the visible drowned out amid the illusions. In fact, if you are on Mars, as the stars rose, you would see a completely different world than the one on display in night images beamed home by InSight's cameras. Essentially, in the images that we have so far, there's very little content that you would actually see with your eyes. Mark Lemon, a scientist at the Space Science Institute who leads the Meteor Watch project, told Space.com. The images come from a device called the Instrumental Context Camera, one of two perched on the InSight lander. The camera was included to help scientists understand the neighborhood in which the spacecraft deployed its two main instruments. Oh.
Cool.
And one of those instruments, the seismometer, is the reason for the meteor search. The instrument is tuned to feel shuddering waves traveling through Mars. Scientists can then parse the data to understand the interior structure of the and activity of the red planet. Those waves could be spawned by Marsquakes, the Martian equivalent of earthquakes, but they can also occur when when meteorites slam into the planet's surface. Hence, scientists' interest in meteors. A calculation of how often such impacts occur on Mars would help researchers interpret the seismometer's data.
Okay. I don't really understand what that means.
I don't either. I'm
I don't
kind of
know.
lost.
We only understand like half of them. For some reason, we have a better grasp on black holes than this. That doesn't make sense.
Us as a pair?
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. I think we need to study more.
Dude, I read these articles every week. That's all the studying I need.
You're so full of shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what the best way to get to. All right. Let's just go ahead. These efforts don't mark the first time scientists have watched for meteors in the Martian sky. NASA's Spirit rover, which roamed the red planet from 2004 to 2010, spent summer 2005 sky watching. That opportunity came thanks to weather, which cleared so much dust off Spirit's solar panels that they were overproducing energy, creating a bounty that eventually became a burden. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of cool.
That's cool.
That was
handy. I'm glad they're super efficient.
Yeah, that was the cleanest time the rover spent on Mars, Lemon said. During that summer, there was so much solar power that they had to try and use it at night because even if they were just dumping it, using that energy in the day was heating up the rover too much. So Spirit spent some nights skywatching, but scientists never spotted a meteor in that data. Given the scale of observations gathered total, that's pretty inconclusive. It could mean that fewer meteors arrive at Mars than scientists expected, or that the team simply had bad luck. InSight, which arrived in November 2018, took up the task as a low-priority project. The first images came from the lander's instrument deployment camera, which is attached to the arm of the rover and can be pointed at specific locations. But for months now, that camera has had more pressing concerns than shooting stars. InSight's second key science instrument, a heat probe, nicknamed the Mole, has been troublesome. The mole is meant to dig itself about 16 feet, 5 meters, below the surface, measure heat transport in the Martian rock as it does. The mole's dig has been slow going, however. In general, the probe has struggled to get traction in the rock. The instrument has been popped partway out of its burrow on a few occasions. Difficulties faced by the mole mean that the instrument deployment camera has focused on providing engineers with visual evidence of what's happening with the probe and rescue attempts. There's no time for stargazing. So the scientists look for meteors recruited. Recruited the instrument context camera instead. Like its companion, this camera was left over from a Curiosity rover based on designs from 1999, then upgraded to see in color. NASA's next Mars rover, launching this summer, will carry brand spanking new cameras, including zoom lenses and video capability. Ooh, video capability.
Nice.
Mars
the pictures already look pretty good for coming from Mars, but
yeah,
but
Mars is finally gonna get its first video camera.
Nice.
NASA's coming into the 21st century, motherfucker.
I thought it already had one.
Apparently not.
Okay, weird. I could have sworn I've seen some footage from Mars.
Oh, you probably have, but that's usually pictures strung together.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's just look
so
at
they're
pretty
just
pictures.
doing like stop motion animation up there?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Okay.
Oh, reading ahead. These are cosmic rays. These dashes in there are cosmic rays.
Well, some of them.
Yeah. Most of them,
they have
actually.
a whole diagram up above.
Yeah.
Maybe a meteor. Cosmic rays. It's all question marks next to everything.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. But yeah, this one's probably going to die soon. So let's move on to the next one. You want to take it?
Yeah, I'll take on the Diamond Princess.
The Diamond Princess.
11 Americans at Omaha facility tested positive for coronavirus, hospital says.
Why are there two
Most
authors on this article?
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, let me look at their pictures again. Because CNN supports lesbians?
You're assuming they're not.
No, I'm assuming they are.
No, you're assuming that they're not that CNN is not lesbians as a whole.
Oh. Well, I got Don Lemon, but he's gay. Maybe you're right.
Same
Is everybody that work at CNN gay or lesbian? Or something? Doesn't matter.
There's certainly something, but I don't know what.
Oh, display name? Yeah. Intelligence is a really good job to have in the military. Because you just stay out of harm's way.
That's not necessarily true.
Well, if you're doing like the espionage stuff, but if you're sitting like my buddy that was did intelligence in the Marines, he was like, yeah, I pretty much just sit at a computer and look at stuff and then gather extra information from that and then combine it all together and then debrief other people. That's pretty much all he did. Allegedly. He might have been a spy. I don't know. Anderson Cooper's a gay too.
How is the Air Force? How would the Air Force be the hardest branch of the military to get into?
They require like higher test scores. It's the easiest physically, but it's the hardest mentally, I believe.
Keep telling yourself that.
I don't know. You eat crayons. You've been in the military. You should know this.
Yeah, they they eat colored pencils, dude.
At least the wood gives them some fiber.
And you think the paper doesn't?
Much more fiber in a colored pencil than there is in a crayon.
Yeah, but they have to deal with colored
But
lead.
and I guess the wax does coat it so you can take a shit faster.
Oh, that
Sick.
shit flies out.
Yeah. If you
Unless
ever
you're
run out of
unless you're
bullets,
eating
you just
unless you're eating MREs, that shit flies out.
yeah. If you ever run out of bullets, you just turn around and drop trow.
I don't know. Bullets don't go that quick.
Okay. UMNC said in a statement Thursday that the U.S. Centers of Disease Control and Prevention verified the Nebraska Public Health Lab results showing that 11 of the 13 patients have the novel coronavirus.
Did you
The other
skip that
two
first
evacuated.
paragraph?
I read like half of it. Oh, no, you're right. I totally skipped it because I thought they were just repeating the headline again, as CNN does sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah. I mentally was just like, nope, not even going to bother looking at this. Most of the Americans who were being monitored at the University of Nebraska Medical Center for coronavirus after evacuating a cruise ship in Japan tested positive for the virus, the hospital says. So, I don't really care too much about the rest of this article because it's just nonsense. Repeating the same things over and over again and talking about how like there's more infections in the US now and it keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. And I'm telling you guys, don't be extremely alarmed. It's fine because this is treatable for now. However, I've played way too much Plague Inc. to see how this could go nasty.
Yeah. Something you want to keep in mind is go out and buy some grains and some food that will last a little while. MREs are an
Water.
option. It's not necessarily the best option. Make sure you get plenty of water and kind of stockpile a little bit. I'm not saying go out and do a mad rush and prep or anything. I mean, yeah, basically prep, but you're prepping in case a confirmed case comes to your city or something. Because like when the Ebola doctor was brought back to Texas or whatever, the city or town or whatever it was that he was in was a fucking ghost town because no one wanted to go outside and all that fun stuff. The other possibility is, and you see this stuff happening in China, people trying to go to the store and get as much food as they can, and there's just not enough. So if you go get the stuff now and you prep now, you're in a good position later when it comes time that everyone's searching for food. That's one less person out there spreading the disease, one less person out there trying to get the limited supply, and one one more person that much more food that everyone else can get.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's important. Like, and you don't need a ton, just like a week or two's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd suggest a month, but that's
I would suggest a month, but minimum like 2 weeks.
yeah.
It can. You'd be surprised how handy that is.
Yep.
And I know it's expensive. It can be expensive, but it's like when you first start shopping at Costco. It's really pricey at first because you're buying things in bulk. But the fact that you buy things in bulk means that you end up saving in the long run
Yeah,
because now you have
it's
these things in bulk.
pricey up front, easy down the line.
Yeah.
Another thing you could do, and this is definitely suggested, is, oh, you've got plenty of rice, you've got plenty of this, plenty of that. Well, every time you go through what you normally would in a week or however long it is between grocery store trips, You just buy that amount and you rotate that to the back of your stock, so you have the freshest stuff back, and that way you just got a relatively fresh supply.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring on the nukes.
Yeah, you know, if I lived in Montana, totally down. But I live in a major city. I'd hold off on that until I'm like on vacation visiting a buddy of mine in Montana.
Yeah, same.
If Rimshee and I suddenly disappeared to Montana at roughly the same time, you guys should be concerned. Because I'm pretty sure we both have military friends that might warn us if something's going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that they'd warn us, but
They'd be like, "Hey, maybe take
I'm
that
still
vacation to
tapped into the
Montana and
Lance
go see
Corporal
Matt."
Underground. I'm still tapped into the Lance Corporal Underground. I'm technically a corporal. Well, I was a corporal when active, but I was only a corporal for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Before I got out. A couple months, but still, it wasn't long.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that join the military because guess where recruiters go to target? Small towns and farming communities. So, by virtue of that, lots of my friends joined the military. Because, honestly, it's a really good way to get college.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple way to get into college. If you complete your entire term, or you fulfill the requirements of the GI Bill. I know a couple guys who didn't.
I don't think I know anybody that hasn't.
Well,
some of them are still there.
Well, the thing is, like, the reason I know people who didn't is because they were injured in boot camp, or they were injured in training afterwards. And it's something like you got to be active duty for basically 2 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look it up again, but yeah, it's just a matter of time, and they just didn't have enough of it. Yeah.
Also, if anybody wants to join the show, feel free to hop into the waiting room in our Discord. It's a bit of I'm sluggish as hell today, and
Addie couldn't make it.
Yeah, Sir just abandoned us. Ward is never online anymore. Neither's Bar. It's really weird with just me and Rimshee because
we're so used to having others
one-on-one like this. Yeah, we're so used to playing off other people. And if you're not a member of the Discord already, there's a little link for you right in chat. Okay. Anyways, all that said,
let's move on to something else. This seems like something you want to talk about, though.
Not really. I think Miss Rimshee would be able to talk about this.
Yeah, but she's currently conducting a musical that she's watching.
Oh, okay.
That sounds more impressive than it is. She's practicing conducting for a play by watching the movie and waving a baton while practicing.
that actually makes sense, though. If you wanted to line up with the movie. Oh no. No, I'm all alone.
No, I'm back.
Okay.
I just didn't want to yell into the mic.
All right. Find the truth about losing weight with weed.
There we are.
Yes. This reminds me of when Vice was good. The relationship between cannabis snacking and weight is complicated. I was never much of a weed smoker, but when I moved to LA, the local post legalization zeitgeist rubbed off on me, and I began smoking several times a week. Since I'm a pretty healthy eater and don't really crave sweets or junk food, I was a bit concerned to find when I smoked that my stomach became a bottomless pit that only powdered donuts and sometimes macadamia nut cookies could fill. Even so, I didn't gain weight. I actually lost a bit. Oh, I thought this was going to be about how you just forget to buy food and you have the munchies and you just sit there and starve. Um, It seemed almost too good to be true, but others have noticed the same. Danielle Simone Brand, a 40-year-old writer in Boise, Idaho, lost 10 pounds after she started using cannabis daily. One possible reason is that I enjoy food so much when using cannabis that I find myself savoring bites and going for quality and not necessarily quantity, she said. There's a tenuous connection between weed and weight loss. Research suggests that experiences like mine and Brand's might not be unusual. One 2019 study of 33,000 Americans in the International Journal of Epidemiology found that cannabis users weighed 2 pounds less than non-users on average. That's not much. You can do that just by not drinking water for a day.
Oh shit.
We're overall less likely to be overweight or obese. By the way, hi, Crab. Everybody,
Okay.
welcome.
I was not expecting to be pulled in.
Yeah, you'll be our Samantha Bee today. Still, this study doesn't necessarily mean weed makes you lose weight or doesn't make you gain weight, said Jordan Tischler, a former ER doctor and current cannabis specialist on the medical advisory board at Cannabis MD. Maybe stoners eat less than they think, or maybe they're genetically less prone to weight gain, he explained. There could be other habits smokers have that account for their lower weight. Yeah, like playing frisbee golf and hiking and sleeping in a park.
And
I don't know if
mushrooms.
that'll make you lose weight. We're talking about weed here. Hold on.
Or falling asleep before you can eat.
Although, although I do have to say, I'm pretty sure I shit my entire body weight one time when I ate some mushrooms.
I think I've done that before. Not when eating mushrooms, just in general.
Yeah.
But then again, that was after a week-long binge on MREs. Those things will
That'll do it.
back you up for weeks, and you don't feel uncomfortable, which is the weirdest part.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, but one thing I've noticed is like stoners like to play a lot of. They like to go out to parks and play frisbee, maybe some bocce ball. Hike around, walk around, do cartwheels, play with hula hoops, jump rope.
Get
Oh,
their minds
wait.
blown by the simplest things.
Yeah. It's great. I just started smoking weed again recently. It's been super nice, actually.
Wait, you're saying weed doesn't make you lazy? That goes against everything Fox News
It
tells
It makes
me.
you lazy.
can.
It just also there are other factors.
No, it can, but that depends on the person. Really. Like, I got this excellent sativa blend, and I honestly feel a little bit more awake, ready to go and do stuff. It's weird. There could be other habits. For the low 133-year-old engineer in Silicon Valley who wishes to remain anonymous for professional reasons said he lost weight when he started smoking because it decreased his desire to drink alcohol. Yeah. While Tischler doesn't know any of the data proving this connection, he has also had patients who drank less after they started using cannabis. Yeah, lots of people do that. Dan Soder does that. He quit drinking because he was like a really bad alcoholic, like worse than me. And
That's saying a lot for
now
those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
This is a man who got so drunk, he shoved his own tongue down Pov's throat.
I did not do that. Pop shoved his tongue down my throat.
Keep telling
Different
yourself
story.
that.
You guys confirmed with me.
Hey,
Jables
Jables can shove his tongue down anyone's throat. I don't care.
No, we confirmed he was
It was
hitting on
consensual.
Cigarette Girl. And that she was into it.
Yeah. And he still doesn't think she exists. Well, he thinks she exists. He just doesn't remember her at all.
Did you enjoy
He's a
it?
kid.
Was it fun? Did you have fun at least?
Oh, yeah. No, that night was a fun night.
All right.
Especially when Cigarette Girl was hanging around.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It's like Miss Rimshee and I were all sitting on one side of the table.
No, you were
And
on the
Pop-
same side as Pav.
Was I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I was like against the wall. He was on the outside. And we're all just talking about him hitting on Cigarette Girl, like right in front of the two of them. Music was kind of loud. So we
No,
could get
she
away with
wasn't there when we were talking about it.
Yeah, we made fine. We weren't talking about it. We were making faces.
Yeah, that's true. And when she walked away, even Miss Rimshee was like, "Oh my god! What are you doing?" And then he
just
got a
letting it
second
get away
chance, and he
Like, she was-
completely didn't do anything about it. And we're like, "What the
No.
fuck are you doing?"
Keep in mind, earlier that day, he was complaining about like how it's hard to find women, and also, I don't.
He was
Never mind, I
complaining
lost what I was
about
gonna
being
say.
alone and how hard it is to find women and other such things.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Oh,
pretty...
so you kissed him out of pity?
and she was really pretty.
No, she didn't kiss him.
No,
He came
She was
close a
trying to-
couple of times, and she's like, "Okay," but he never did because he was fucking wasted.
yeah,
He had
Never-
how many Long Islands did he have that night?
like 9.
Yeah. So if you ever want to get Pav to not remember the night, just give him 9 Long Islands. He'll be...
Oh no, I think you can cut it off at 7. Long Islands are expensive.
Yeah, that's true. 2 of those probably worked their way out of his system by then.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is the same night he fell off a cliff.
Yeah, that was fun. Kinda. That was more funny than fun.
Yeah. Well, for us it was funny. For him it was just pain.
Anyways,
next Saints meetup?
so you wait. What was that?
When's the next Saints meetup?
Oh, that wasn't even a Saints meetup.
No, that was just us hanging out.
That was
Oh, I
me
thought you were
going
talking
up to
about the
hang
word-
out
the-
with
when you were at the
Jables.
wedding or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like Rimshee and Miss Rimshee just came up to hang out and see Seattle, and so we did some of that.
Pav had a chance to come hang out. Io and Erudite had a chance to come up and hang out. That was fun.
Mm. Yeah,
Plenty of good
got
stuff.
ourselves some dicks.
It sounds like a lot of you guys are. A lot of us in this Discord are in Washington State.
Oh, Miss Rimshee and
Um,
I are not in Washington. We're in California. But,
Yeah,
yeah, there are several
Well-
people in Washington State.
Area.
yeah. Like I'm in Washington.
There's a lot of people on the West Coast.
Io.
There's a lot of people on the East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, there was that
Someone
one
should
meetup,
like make make a map with like a dot on, like a map of the U.S. with a dot representing all of us in the Discord, just so we know where we are.
I think we did do that at one point, but it's outdated now.
Yeah, some people have moved, like Squigs.
Yeah, and well, there's like new people and stuff like that.
Yeah. And some people have left. And some people, like
Mhm.
Pav, don't show up as often anymore. Bastard.
I see Pop on
Yeah.
Origin a lot. I think
On what?
he plays Apex on Origin a lot.
Yeah, but he's almost never
Online.
in the Discord.
Mhm.
Maybe
And
just
by
got bored of it.
almost, I just mean that he's never in the Discord.
I think I caught him in there a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
No, he's too busy hanging out with Topaz.
The first
You know, like
woman
Sergeant
he can
Buck.
talk to.
Yeah, she seems like she doesn't tolerate his garbage. So. Anyways, Grab, you want to read this article?
Sure, send it to me.
It's in the live show.
It's in live show
Oh,
section.
live show, right?
Yeah, let's get completely distracted repeatedly. It's
We're
not
gonna
like
do that.
that's the entire show in a nutshell.
From People Magazine, Mighty Ducks actor Sean Weiss's friend calls on fans to help him save child star following arrest. All right. Oh, no, I want to subscribe. Fuck off.
Sounds about right.
I don't know who Sean Weiss is or any of these people.
Mighty Ducks. We talked about him last week. He's on meth or some shit.
Oh, right. Okay, it's coming back. Sean Weiss's friend Drew Gallagher is speaking out 5 days after the child star was arrested in Northern California. The 41-year-old actor, best known for playing Greg Goldberg in The Mighty Ducks, was arrested on Sunday in Yuba County on charges of residential burglary after being under the influence of a controlled substance, which police believe was methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine.
Did I say method? Methamphetamine. Meth, whatever. Gallagher, who met Weiss while working with him on a TV pilot about 4 years ago, tells people that while Weiss is not blameless, the situation is not black and white. There's not a blameless Sean White. There's not a blameless Sean Weiss here. He is definitely to blame for a lot of stupid shit he does, Gallagher says, but if you were to spend any time with him, you would have a drastically more compassionate understanding of what he was about. Gallagher says he believes that Weiss needs medical or psychiatric attention. He's sick, he's mentally ill, Gallagher says of the actor. He's just sick and everyone gives up on him. Gallagher describes his friend as the nicest, softest, sweetest human being, adding, he's like a brother to me, I won't abandon him. Oh, he's just a sweet boy.
Yeah, well, okay, so that's the thing. Like, a lot of people with mental health issues fall into drugs. It happens.
Pretty typical.
Yeah. Especially child stars.
He wasn't doing too bad a little while ago, so something flipped.
While Gallagher says people tell him that while Gallagher says people tell him that Weiss has to want the help to get better, he doesn't think they fully understand Weiss's current state. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. They don't understand his current state, but at the same time, if he doesn't want the help, how much help can you give him?
Yeah, that is a thing.
It's like,
no, go ahead.
It's like you don't understand he's having mental issues, Gallagher says. All Sean wants to do is stand on stage and make people laugh, he adds. He's one of the funniest comedians you'll ever meet. He's sharp, He's sharp, he's witty, he doesn't take himself too seriously. He understands the dire situation he's in. The reality is there's something where our brains go right, his brain goes left.
Yeah, it's kind of, it sounds like kind of like an Artie Lang situation.
Don't know who that is.
Except Artie Lang, comedian, doing it for a long time. Pretty big if you're a comedy fan. He was on Mad TV when that started and did like all of the seasons of Mad TV. Real bad coke addiction though. Finally got clean. Like coke addiction so bad, his nose caved in. It's pretty bad.
From the coke?
He was doing
punched
that
him in the
much
face.
coke.
Oh.
No.
I didn't know coke did.
Well, it might have been because of the time that he accidentally snorted glass because it was in the coke.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude. Artie Lang's story is fucking nuts, dude. Joe Rogan does a full interview with him. Joe Rogan went to New York to do some shows, and so he decided to do a show. He decided to do his podcast in New York because Artie Lang currently can't leave the state because of his probation.
Oh, he looks like he was a good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's a decent-looking guy. Fattest cokehead you'll ever see.
All right.
Nothing? Okay.
Well,
it's because no one likes your jokes.
Oh.
No, I don't get a lot of comedy.
Lang was one of the best parts of Mad TV. Basically, John Belushi reborn, says
exactly. Nick. Yeah, Nick's got it down.
Nick knows his shit.
I was a fan of John Belushi. He was funny. All Sean wants to do is stand on... Oh, I have it there. Gallagher continues to try to help his friend and set up a GoFundMe campaign for Weiss this week to go towards his bail and future rehab expenses. As of Friday afternoon, the campaign has raised more than $2,400 out of a $25,000 goal.
Go.
Weiss was arrested Sunday after he was allegedly found inside a man's garage by Marysville police.
And this is a rehash of last week's article.
All right.
Yeah, so we gotta...
Oh, I think I did see him looking at this picture. He does look familiar. I saw did you guys see that movie what's it called? The old Disney movie, Disney Channel. Heavyweights? I think it was called Heavyweights. Bunch of about a fat
I don't think
camp.
he was in Heavyweights. He was definitely in holy shit. Nick, you're right. He does look like John Belushi when he was younger. Oh.
God damn, looking at him now, his nose, holy shit.
Yeah. No. It literally caved in on itself.
Yeah.
He's gotten a... Yeah, and his stand-up is pretty good, too. Like... if you guys have HBO, there's a show called Crashing. A lot of Artie Lang. Artie Lang's in that a lot. Worth the watch. And by the way, I need to start watching that show again. I stopped for some reason. Started watching Farscape.
You want me to continue this article?
Yeah, no.
Nah.
It's a rehash of the stuff from before, so we're good.
I'm so low energy today. I need to pick it up.
Alright, yeah, that's why I poured myself a scotch. That and to prevent the coronavirus from taking hold.
Mm-hmm. That is the other thing.
It's in the
Heat
water.
your apartment and drink alcohol, because it's heat and alcohol that kills it. So
Even if
All
it's
right, moving
cheap American beer.
forward. Lack of snow on house leads to drug bust in Netherlands. Harlem, Netherlands.
yeah.
The snow, or lack of, helped authorities in Netherlands make a big drug bust. They raided a house near Amsterdam and seized a crop of marijuana plants. How did they know about the contraband? The roof of the suspect's house was the only one in the neighborhood that wasn't covered in snow. The Telegraph reports, that's a sign of heat, and where there's
No
heat.
shit.
No, duh. And where there's heat, there's a good chance it's coming from a growing operation. Dutch
Maybe they just
police.
liked a warm house.
Yeah, they just assume that the guy's growing drugs because it's warmer than the rest of the houses.
Dutch
This is
police.
why you keep your grow up in the basement.
That way it gives
No,
you
this is
extra
why
heat
you
for your
don't.
house.
We just legalize everything, all right?
I
Fuck
don't
these
disagree.
authoritarian police tactics. Just legalize all drugs, all right? Let people do what they want to do.
Oh. If you think this is authoritarian, you want to hear some crazy shit that was going on in California in a lot of places a while back. They were flying helicopters with thermal imaging cameras, and whichever houses were too hot, they were like, "That's a grow up bust."
Yeah, California, home of the Democrats. Oh, government
They
good.
did it.
Yeah, thermal imaging lets you see inside houses, right? So they
No, it doesn't let you see
should-
inside houses. It lets
Well,
you see
it
the
lets you
thermal
see-
signature.
Yeah,
It's
which
not
can go
X-ray
through walls,
vision.
right?
No, it doesn't let you see through. Well, I mean, in certain cases, thermal cameras can let you see through walls, but it has to be under very specific circumstances.
Yeah, it's like
so
the
my-
wall
my
has to
point
be
is, like-
super cold, and the thing behind it has to be super warm, heating up the wall ish.
But my point is, they should need a search warrant for that, right?
It's not as much of an invasion of privacy as you think. Like I said, it has to be very specific conditions for you to be able to see through a wall. Like it
Yeah.
has to be the thinnest wall ever. Basically a
Like my
tent, and
apartment.
even that doesn't always work. So it doesn't let
Yeah,
you see through. But
no, it's
if
not
they
like
pull out a
it's not like
thermal
James
camera,
Bond
they can
film.
check the thermal signature of the roof of a house, and if it's higher than the surrounding area, they can reasonably say that potentially has a drug a growing operation in it. And
Yeah.
and technically, since they're not invading your direct privacy, they're using commercially available equipment in a public manner. They're just putting a thermal camera on a helicopter. Technically, it is not something that would require a search warrant, but could be used as probable cause. It's
Yeah, that's what they were doing. They were using it as probable cause for the search warrant,
yeah,
and
it's
then
it's
getting
just
search
like
warrants.
it's like seeing drugs on the center console during when you pull someone over for a taillight.
Or maybe seeing like the little butt end of a pipe kind of stashed underneath the seat.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, hey, that looks like a glass marijuana pipe.
it's
Probable cause.
it's not kosher, but it's not
My
unconstitutional.
Yeah, or my least favorite that cops do in now long non-legal states. I smell marijuana. No, the fuck you don't. Yeah, like they're in some
Oh,
states,
that's
cops
resisting
can still
arrest,
just say that
Jables.
they smelt it, and then there you go.
And then the court just sides with the police automatically, right?
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
normally.
no.
Well, okay, not by default.
Sometimes it's tough.
Yeah, it
Like,
depends
it
on the
really depends
court. It
on
depends on the state. It's
depends
really
on the
stupid, and
judge.
we could spend a lot of time talking about this, and I would be completely cool with that.
But you have a no
Yeah.
political thing, right?
There's a difference between
justice
this.
system isn't necessarily political.
Yeah,
That's
this
just
is
how
not
things should
necessarily
be
political.
working.
Political would
I'm
be
saying it
like
shouldn't-
Trump or talking about the Democratic primaries.
I'm saying it shouldn't be a crime to begin with.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we're not in
Yeah,
disagreement
we're all in
here.
agreement there.
Yeah, we're in agreement.
I don't
It
know.
shouldn't be a crime.
Yeah, I talk about legalizing all drugs all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about it plenty on.
No, talking about specific laws is a totally different thing than like talking about when we talk about like we're
Gun
just
laws.
talking about political stuff on this show. We're talking about like we don't want to talk about politicians and their platforms and like Republicans versus Democrats versus independents and stuff like that. We don't want to talk about the politics.
Yeah,
talking
we don't
about laws and stuff like that. Whatever.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about Orange Man bad or Orange Man good or Trump did this or Bernie did that or Obama or Hillary or anything like that.
Yeah.
We want to talk about policy. We want to talk about like actual laws specifically. Like I'll bring up firearms. Jables will bring up dwarf tossing.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, I went on a whole crusade about them trying to ban dwarf tossing in my state. I think it's garbage.
Why would they ban dwarf tossing?
Because
Because some fucking congressman from the Spokane Valley his friend brought him to a bar where there was dwarf tossing and he saw it as inhumane, and I'm like, but the issue with
voluntary.
Yeah, it's voluntary and they get paid. Like that's kind of their job.
You should say that congressman is taking away a job.
Yeah. I literally did several times, and I wrote a letter to him with a full argument against what he was doing.
Because if too many dwarves get jobs, they'll no longer be willing to deliver cryptic messages wearing giant hoods to main protagonists.
That is a fair point. That is a fair point.
I want my mini-me crew to be able to deliver whatever I want. Ah! Holy shit. We got derailed so pretty quick.
Yeah, I think it was
I'm cool with it.
Alright.
Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. Oh, man.
I'm gonna finish this article real quick, but that's fucking funny, Nick. Dutch police have been using this technique to bust other growing operations in the area. The Netherlands doesn't mind people growing or possessing small amounts of marijuana. Large growing operations like the one in the picture are a big no-no. And okay, the thing here is like this would be similar to the thermal camera. Yeah, it's using a technology that you wouldn't necessarily have had access to in the past. But anyone, I have a thermal camera in one of the baskets over on the shelf near me. I can literally go around and see, okay, who's got the hottest house in the area, and then and know who potentially has a grow operation. Police doing the same thing is a similar. It's basically the same thing. The Netherlands police just don't have to get the camera. That's the difference.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. That's But honestly, what if somebody was just sick and they were trying to break a fever, so they had their house heat up real high?
Yeah. It's a stupid reason to have probable cause, but it's not it's not an illegal reason.
Yeah. It is the Netherlands. They don't have the Constitution.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, I was under the impression that they were real lax about their drug laws anyway.
That's Amsterdam.
Well, they are. That's in the Netherlands.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
no,
Oh, it's just that city. Oh.
yeah, they're pretty.
It's not
They're
just,
pretty
it's
lax for
primarily.
small amounts. The Netherlands are lax for small amounts of drugs. The issue that they had here was that it was a large grow operation, not just growing a small amount for like personal use or something.
I had a foreign friend from Amsterdam in college, and he was a fucking psycho. But he was fun.
Yeah.
Fun to hang out with.
Well, you could buy mushrooms at a shop in fucking Amsterdam. So
Yeah, it's not the same at all.
Yeah. Which I kind of like. I can't. Mushrooms are the next thing to be legalized. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm not a person who does drugs. I don't smoke pot. I don't do mushrooms. I don't do anything else. Hell, I don't even do prescription drugs at the moment because I don't have a
Jables, you should teach
prescription.
me how to do mushrooms.
You eat
Teach
them.
you how to do mushrooms?
Well,
Put them
just
in a
hold my hand
Cheeto
the first
bag
time I
and
do
munch
it.
away, dude.
No, you just have to hold my hand because I'm probably gonna freak out the first time I do them.
You're probably gonna want him to hold your dick.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't shaman people anymore. No, I don't do that. I'm not your sheriff anymore. I'm a.
Because with my luck, I'm gonna think some bad thoughts, and my worst fear is gonna come and haunt me for the rest of the night.
Here's the trick: get some real friends. Do it with those people, and if you have good friends, they'll mellow you out.
Yeah, like
Or
he's
better
very
yet-
specific as he's very particular as to who he shamans these days.
No, as a nobody. Yeah, I'm not going to take anybody through their first time doing mushrooms. If it's like your second or third time, sure, I'll be the more experienced person in the room, and I'll be fine with that. But I'm not doing people's first times anymore. I'm not breaking cherries, and I haven't for a long time, for very specific reasons.
All right.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad, people. There we've submitted to Twitch's bullshit.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Hold on. Wait. Let me rephrase what you just said. People, you shouldn't do drugs because they are illegal. However, if you are to do drugs, these are important things that you should do. There? Are we good?
Oh, I'm thinking more of Twitch. Yeah. Drugs are bad. There, Twitch. You be happy.
Rule number 1. If somebody offers you anything, take half. See how you feel. Then take the rest later if you want.
Drugs bad. Or whatever.
Rule number 2.
We should probably move on from this. Let's talk about twins. Man with twin living inside him. A medical mystery classic. Sanju Bhagat's stomach was once so swollen he looked 9 months pregnant and could barely breathe. Living in the city of Nagpur, India, Bhagat said he'd felt self-conscious his whole life about his big belly. But one night in June 1999, his problem erupted into something much larger than cosmetic worry. An ambulance rushed this 36-year-old farmer to the hospital. Doctors thought he might have a giant tumor, so they decided to operate and remove the source of the bulge in his belly. Basically, the tumor was so big that it was pressing on his diaphragm, and that's why he was very breathless, said Dr. Ajay Mehta of Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. Because of the sheer size of the tumor, it makes it difficult to operate. We anticipated a lot of problems. Mehta said that he can usually spot a tumor just after he begins an operation. But while operating on Bhagat, Mehta saw something he had never encountered. As he cut deeper into Bhagat's stomach, gallons of fluid spilled out, and then something extraordinary happened. To my surprise and horror, I could shake hands with somebody inside, he said. It was a bit shocking for me. One doctor recalled that day in the operating room. He just put his hand inside and said, "There are a lot of bones inside," she said. First, one limb came out, then another limb came out, then some part of genitalia, then some part of hair, some limbs, jaw, limbs, hair. Inside Bagat's stomach was a strange, half-formed creature that had feet and hands and were very developed. Its fingernails were quite long. We were horrified. We were confused and amazed, Mehta said. At first glance, it may look as if Bhagat had given birth. Actually, Mehta had removed the mutated body of Bhagat's twin brother from his stomach. Bhagat, they discovered, had one of the world's most bizarre medical condition, fetus in fetu. It is an extremely rare abnormality that occurs when a fetus gets trapped inside its twin. The trapped fetus can survive as a parasite even past birth by forming an umbilical cord-like structure that leaches its own twin's blood supply until it grows so large that it starts to harm the host, at which point doctors usually intervene. According to Mehta, there are fewer than 90 cases of fetus in fetu recorded in medical literature. Fetus in fetu happens when, early in the twin pregnancy, when one fetus wraps around and envelops the other. The dominating fetus grows while the fetus that would have been its twin lives on throughout the pregnancy, feeding off its host twin like a kind of parasite. Usually both twins die before birth from the strain and sharing of a placenta. Sometimes, however, as in Bhagat's case, the host twin survives and is delivered. What makes his case so unusual is that no one suspected Bhagat had a twin inside him for almost 36 years. You're feeding back, Crab, by the way.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Bhagat said he was very much relieved after his operation. He was not interested in knowing what Mehta did to him or seeing what he had removed from his abdomen. He didn't want to see it because it was looking very ghastly, Mehta said. There was no placenta inside Bhagat. The enveloped parasitic twin had connected directly to Bhagat's blood supply. Right after the surgery, Bhagat's pain and inability to breathe disappeared, and he recovered immediately. The case may have been a medical miracle to doctors, but to Bhagat, his condition has been a source of shame and misery. All his life, people in the village where he lived had mercilessly teased him and told him he looked pregnant. Ironically, they were right in a way. Today, Bhagat is in good health and leads a normal life, but he still gets teased occasionally. They still ridicule him. What they say is, "You went from an operation and you went in for an operation and had a baby," Mehta said. Dude gives birth to his twin. So the moral of the story, dude gives birth to his twin. Oh.
There's an alien joke somewhere in here, but I'm not sure how to make it.
Well, it didn't burst out of his chest, so, you know. But it is a parasite. Yeah, I don't know if I'd rather have this or a bloatfly.
Ooh, this. Simple operation.
Yeah, maybe.
That's all I was thinking about as you were reading this, is alien.
Nick, we need to harvest these partially grown fetus things for food, so now this will stop asking us to eat bugs.
I enjoy some fried crickets as a
Okay,
snack
so
every once in
Nick
a
wants
while.
us to become cannibals. Maybe I should unsubscribe to Late Night Science.
There's a well, is it really cannibalism if there's still? Well, yeah, it is. Never mind. That's a dumb question.
Although
uh,
Planned Parenthood said it's not people, right? It's not a person. It's just cells.
Are you gonna believe Planned Parenthood? They're an arm of the government.
yeah. That's why I don't trust colleges either, because like colleges are bullshit.
Yeah, that's
This much
getting
money
into
for everything that you can learn online.
that's getting into some politics we should probably avoid.
Think about going back to college, Jables.
See where the line is. See where the line is, Greg? No, it's not a waste of time because you get a degree.
Well, it depends on what degree you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good to have a degree to be like an official. Hey, I know these things. But the problem is that the internet exists, and I could become an expert on anything.
I agree.
Just on a whim. Like, hey, I want to know everything there is to know about blank. Internet, show me everything there is to know about blank. Now I know everything. But there's no way for me to have like an official record that I know all these things.
And sometimes it's technique, which has to be taught in person.
No, Nick. It's the maps that are flat. It's the maps that are flat. Nick, if you want me to go full, if you want me to go full flat earther sometime, I can. I can do that. It's not that.
No, let's not go down that rabbit hole. The flat earthers are crazy.
Should we?
I actually really enjoy. There's a lot of them. I really enjoy their company. They're nice. A lot of them are really nice people.
Hey, Jables, who should we cover next? Or what article should we cover next? Because we've got it's 5:40. We got 20 minutes left.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the drunks. We got 2 drunk people articles.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. You go ahead and read this next one.
I want to. Okay, I guess. Here, let me grab another beer.
Everyone, get your alcohol. It's time for drunks.
I still have half a bottle of whiskey left. 1 second.
Drunks doing drunk things.
Woo! Drink while we read about drunks, not drugs.
Speaking of which, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Summer's coming up because I can finally start using that boat I stole last summer again.
You're so full of shit, and you know it.
Club, so Canuck, this is for you.
Yep. Man accused of drunkenly hitting pedestrian in South Austin driving with mangled corpse in vehicle. The body of the pedestrian reportedly went through the car's windshield, landing in the passenger seat. Oh, hey, Larry. Thanks for the resub.
Now a memorial for a 10-year-old girl is growing.
Eyewitness News reporter Mariah Medina.
We had a resub.
And neighbors who are all mourning the loss.
Moving on.
Our pastor one time said, you know, there's nothing you can say to make it better,
We're
nothing you can say
like
to make it worse, but it just helps to be with people. And I just came over to try to
we haven't even hit the
just be present.
Suzanne Llewellyn was one of many neighbors who stopped
Although,
by
to
a
be fair,
memorial for
we don't
12-year-old
play
Irene
commercials.
Suarez was hit by a vehicle Thursday morning while riding her bike to Callison Elementary School.
And
we should discuss implementation of that at some point.
I just got the sense that it was
it's hard
something
with
very
the
tragic
hard
had
stop.
happened.
Suarez died at the scene.
Yeah.
The school was just a short distance away from her
A man
home.
accused of drunkenly hitting a
Suarez's family
pedestrian
was
in
new to
South
the
Austin on
neighborhood,
Saturday
moving from
night
Louisiana
drove for
just a
half
few
mile
weeks
with
ago.
the body
But hours after
before
tragedy
stopping
struck,
at a
neighbors,
bar,
complete strangers,
according to
created
an
a memorial of
affidavit.
flowers,
Okay.
teddy bears, candles,
Witnesses
and other
told
trinkets.
Oh, okay.
Neighbors say they're mourning
See
with
that?
the family.
It just
that title's misleading.
gives a
I
little
thought he
bit of
already had
hope just to
another
see
mangled
people coming
body
together
in the car.
and being that support for
We
each
talked
other.
about this yesterday.
Suarez's family was
Although,
too
yeah, we
distraught
weren't
to talk
sure
on
which
camera, but they
case
say the
it was.
10-year-old loved to play the
No,
guitar,
we were
watch anime,
speculating
and
about it.
draw.
No, I read
They
the next
remembered her
line and
as a
it said,
creative
"Hey,
spirit.
the
Family
passenger went
stopped
through
by
the
the memorial
windshield."
this morning, taking in
Or
the outpouring of community
the
support.
body went through the
Neighbors
windshield
letting
and
them
landed
know
in the
they
passenger
aren't
seat.
alone. Mariah Medina,
Yeah.
Kent's 5 Eyewitness
Witnesses
News.
told police Paul Joseph Garcia, 24, was driving a 2014 white Ford Focus. For some reason, I feel like a lot of drunk
Thanks,
drivers
Crab.
drive Ford Focuses. Hey! Thanks, Crab. That's very nice.
Sometimes the best medicine is
Yeah,
actually
gifting us
not
sub.
medicine
Yeah,
at all.
Nick,
A
now you can
smile
do the
or just
sad
a
Roy.
hug can help make
Now you
all
can
the
do the
difference
sad
in
Roy,
someone's
parent
recovery.
show.
Today, Eyewitness News reporter Luke Simons heads
That'd
to
be
one of
meta.
the top Army burn centers in the country, visiting a team
It's
with
fine.
a very
I don't
unique
even
mission
subscribe to this.
in San Antonio.
They call it
You not
Project
subscribe to your own show?
Wolf.
Is that what I heard?
And today,
He
Sammy
doesn't
is in charge
have-
of the
Well,
halls
so-
at the U.S. Army's
He-
Institute of
He doesn't
Surgical
have
Research
Amazon
Burn
Prime,
Center.
so he doesn't have a
But
free
instead
sub,
of barking
and
orders,
if he
the
subbed
7-year-old
otherwise,
collie
it'd be a
mix
loss of
is here
money.
with his handler, Caitlin Perskowski,
I
to brighten up the day.
I might as well just
So just having that break in the day
PayPal
where
Rimshee
people
$1
see the
every
dog
once in a
and
while.
they're like, oh my God, it's a dog in the hospital.
Yeah, that would save him money.
Everyone seems to smile and laugh,
Yeah.
and it just lightens the mood a little bit.
give me your hand. And then just randomly send a couple bucks to Twitch.
Joshua
headquarters.
Robertson
That-
is a
that's
patient at the ISR.
Pretty much what I'd be
In
doing.
January, Joshua was involved in a wreck. His car hit a gas line.
All right.
Joshua's rehab can be tough, but he says Sammy helps him get more relaxed and comfortable.
Not everyone is in a
Focus
great
without
mood coming into the
headlights at high
hospital, coming
speed
into
when he hit a
therapy, but
pedestrian. Lee
anytime
Martin
I come in here and see Sammy,
55, who
it always
is
brings a
walking
smile
near
to my
Slaughter
face,
Lane.
and he really helps a lot.
And
That's
it's not just a
convenient.
smile that Sammy can bring. This four-legged friend can also be a tool
just
in the
a bit.
recovery
Yeah.
Her name
process.
is Street Slaughter
When it's
Lane.
a task, like,
It's
okay,
Texas.
let's make a fist 10 times. Whereas we can say, hey,
Yeah. The
let's
body
play
of
fetch
the
with the dog.
pedestrian reportedly
You're
went
going to get the
through
same
Garcia's
effect,
car windshield,
but
landing
it's
on
just
the
not this
passenger
dreaded,
seat.
okay,
The
one,
affidavit
two,
said Cagle had
three,
extreme
over and over
traumatic
again. So
head
it's
injuries and
repetitive
some body
motion that we want and encourage
extremities
anyways.
attached
But they're
to
not
her
thinking
shaft.
about it as being
And
therapy.
left on the
And no
roadway-
matter how a
roadway
patient
and
looks
inside the
or
vehicle.
feels, Sammy treats them all the same.
Sammy comes
Garcia
up and
allegedly
he's just like,
proceeded
I don't
to
care what you
drive
look like, I don't
south
care,
on
if you have an amputation
Manhattan
or, wearing a
Road,
brace
on
or,
Manhattan Road,
whatever.
however you
And
say
he just
that,
does
after
his
the
own thing.
incident,
And he treats them the
before
same as he
stopping
treats me or
outside
you or
South
anyone else.
Austin Beer Garden.
Caitlin says she believes the ISR
Witnesses
is the
told
first
police he
burn
calmly
center
walked away
to
from his
allow
car,
dogs to
entered the
interact
beer
with
garden
patients.
barefoot.
They're hoping Sammy's
How
mission
drunk was
will
he?
lead to more therapy dogs looking for a place to make a
I'm-
difference. In
I'm
Military
so-
City, USA, Luke Simons, Kins 5, Eyewitness News.
Police were called to the scene just
Such
after
important
10:30
work being
p.m.
done there at the ISR. If you are someone
I'm
you know
so
has a
drunk
certified therapy dog
that I'm
interested in
past,
joining
that
the
I'm able to
okay,
walk
okay.
down straight
team,
lines.
you can contact the ISR, and that link
Rimshee,
is posted
there's
with
a-
this
there's a
story at
video.
kins5.com.
There's like audio from a video playing.
No, I think it's just my mic. It's really good. It's a really good mic.
Choir from
All right.
Reagan High School took the stage with rock
Yeah,
legends.
okay, guys. Is it
Something's
us
playing.
talking over?
I just turned off the that background speaker. I've got to figure out what that's from. So go ahead and read shit. I'll figure
Okay,
it out.
done.
Yeah, it's gone.
Cool.
Oh, this bullshit.
Was it Fox News?
No, it was Ken's 5.
Oh.
They had a fucking video playing. It's a tragic situation. 10-year-old hit. Oh. Nope, that's not what was playing. I'm not sure what was
Yeah,
playing.
whatever. Okay. Doesn't matter. According to the affidavit, Garcia had blood evidence on him that matched the body found inside the vehicle. Of course, it was his fucking vehicle. The document said Garcia had continued to drive for 1.5 miles. Okay. To drive for half a mile or 1.5 miles, I don't know. with a mangled corpse in the vehicle. He was arrested and charged with intoxication, manslaughter, a second-degree felony, and accident involving injury. On Tuesday, records show the Travis County Correctional Complex with a combined bail of $110,000. Okay. Oh, looks like it was right by Domino's Pizza. They have a map up for some reason.
Yeah.
Where it happened.
Right by a Planet Fitness, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Donut Taco Palace, Jiffy Lube, Pest Management, First Cash Pawn,
Magnolia Trading Company. That sounds suspicious.
All right, let's talk about our other drunkard. Nope, wrong article.
Rimshee.
That one we'll cover another time. Drunk man terrorizes streets of small Polish town in Soviet tank.
Is this Jables?
No, because Jables can't afford a tank.
You don't have to be able to afford a tank if you steal one.
What's your point?
How do you think I got a
Specifically a
boat?
Soviet tank.
Police in central Poland responded to a late evening call over an incident that surely sent chills down the spines of Russophobe conspiracy theories and a T-55 tank rampaging down the main street. When police arrived at the scene of the town of Padzie, that Polish word that I can't pronounce properly, on Thursday night, they found the Soviet-era tank casually parked on a central roadway with its two occupants nearby, one of whom was an intoxicated 49-year-old man who had been in the driver's seat.
How do they determine he was in the driver's seat? You probably told him. Never mind.
It's Poland! Of course they told him! Yeah, I don't care. It's so good. As it turns out, he had been authorized to drive the vehicle, although his superiors presumably only wanted him to move it off and on the damaged trailer on which it was being transported, rather than driving it through the city center. They also likely expected him to remain sober while operating the 36-ton armor combat vehicle. To make matters worse, local media reported that there was no insurance policy on the tank.
How does that make matters worse? What does that matter? Why would you have an insurance policy on a tank? It's a fucking tank.
Oh. Police were unable to get the tank off the street and onto a trailer until 5 a.m. What the fuck?
Okay, now I'm just imagining like insurance companies marketing to the military with plans like covering specific acts of war, and then shortchanging them for these little.
Like, hey, military! I'm here.
We cover roadside bombs, but not air-to-ground missiles. What's something like that?
Yeah. Hey, military! I'm here with General Insurance. Yeah, go to the general, save some time. So we know that there's a lot of shitlords and meme lords coming up that have been joining the military. Do you think you might want to insure your vehicles, your tanks, and such?
The bulletproof joyride could cost the driver 2 years behind bars for driving under the influence and up to 8 years for creating a dangerous situation. Although there are no reports of anything being destroyed or run over during the escapade. On Twitter, quite a number of people commented that the incident had a striking similarity to the newer installments of the popular game Grand Theft Auto, only with a distinctively Polish twist. What was the Polish twist?
It was in Poland.
Another person suggested that the driver's drunken state may have resulted in some geographical and perhaps historical confusion. When you start to invade Poland but realize you're already in Poland.
I like that. Ooh.
Oh. Well, while the idea of an actual Russian tank attack in our day and age would seem laughable at most, that certainly isn't the point of view of the current government of Warsaw. On Thursday, Polish President Andrzej Duda cited a litany of historical grievances against Russia while signing a massive new defense deal with the U.S. Okay, let's finish this otherwise fantastic article with fucking politics.
Yeah.
Woo. Fuck it. I want the high back from dude just being a fucking shit ass.
I'm proud to live in America because I could probably get a tank. It just has to be just the guns have to be all disabled.
Yeah.
Or you can move to an open carry state.
Does the tank count as open? That's as open carry as it gets. I don't know. That's actually
that is a good question.
You know, Ari Shaffir went to law school. I think he can make that argument.
Hire Ari Shaffir as a lawyer then, so you can buy a fucking tank.
Yeah, no, he went to law school. He was actually working at a law firm before he started doing comedy, and now he's drugging people and like yelling at Kobe Bryant after he dies. Weird dude. I love him.
Don't begrudge a guy for being so fucking high.
Yeah. Yeah, Ari Shaffir's great. I just hope he still gets to record his new special. Oh, wait, no. I think they canceled his shows because I don't know.
Speaking of law school, would you agree that, like, would you say finances are a good reason to go to law school, even if that's the only reason?
Depends what type of law you're studying.
Like, if you just want to make a lot of money.
Sure. I guess.
Okay.
Like if you just want to make a lot of money, you're probably gonna study a lot of financial law and then work for rich people. Or if you want to divorce law, that's a major one to make a shit ton of money. Because the fucked up part about divorce attorneys is that if the husband's rich enough, then he has to pay for both his lawyer and his soon-to-be ex's lawyer, which is super fucked.
Yeah, that really is fucked.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Anyway, in some ways it does make sense because maybe it's a stay-at-home mom, she has no money of her own, or stay-at-home wife and has no money of their own.
Yeah, but that should be a case-by-case basis sort of deal.
Yeah, and I mean, and then the lawyers end up dragging it out because the longer they drag it out, the more time you have to pay for them to go over stuff, and the more meetings you have with them, then you're paying them for all of those, and it's a win for the lawyers.
Either way, yeah.
That's why a lot of divorces end up not going to court and people just end up settling, and whoever's the richest just gets fucked. Yeah, because
Oh yeah, because usually
it's still
settlements are
cheaper.
less of a hassle than going to court, right?
Larry,
Yeah.
If
fuck
you go to
divorce
then
court.
you can get an even worse deal.
Yeah. Well, it's just how much it can be dragged out. You end up paying lawyers more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Oh, constant. Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're gonna close this out. Sorry for the low energy show, people. I'm tired. Brody Stevens' anniversary of his death is tomorrow. That's been on my mind. We've been here. Let's just Saints Discord. Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's too late. Have a good night, everybody. I'll catch you next week, or maybe during the other show.
Take care, everyone. Low
Subscribe to
energy.
Late Night Saints.
Coffee or something. Bye. I hate you.